Wow, that was weird. Before the camera came on, it showed my whole apartment upside down. 7:37, 5 hours, 23 minutes. I just wanted to tell you something because I was thinking of something. Now, there's 12 months in a year, right? So what you got to do is break it down. So you take the 4 months of 30. So 4 times 30 is 120. The 0 counts for nothing, so you're back to 12. And when you count the rest of the year, it's 31 days within the 8 months, which is 248. Now, 248 means 24 and 8. 8 is 4 for man, and his reflection making 8. So 24 and 8, so therefore is 32. What does that mean? I don't know. But if I reversed it all and put the 30 to the 31, I mean September, April, June, November, that would be 4 times 31, which would be 124. And the other one would be 30 by 8, which would be 240. So I'm doing a calculation with the 12 months and the number of days and the letters that go with it, but I'm not finishing now. But I didn't want to forget it, so if somebody sees it that it's not finished and they ask me, because there's 1,000,001 questions and 4 or 5 ways to complete every single combination. I went to the racetrack, and if you want to play the superfecta, there's so many combinations. All you got to do is play, and they'll charge you 20 cents to play it, 20%. So instead of 10%, now they want 10% on each side, like in sports betting, where they get both sides. Now they got 20% of it. Well, that's not fair, is it? There's not much more to say in this video. It's pretty simple, don't you see? Everything balances out. You throw it in the air when it comes down. If it was round when it went up, there's a good chance it's flat when it comes down. So the world went up and the man came down, so the world wasn't flat, it stood round. The reason Columbus was so mixed up is because he had half the message, because when we come down, we have half of the stuff already installed in who we are. The installations, the pre of the installations, like the pre of the prehistoric of time. We are pre-installed with certain things so that we can have the ability to do other things to get the other question, to get the finalization of which gives us an explanation, and that explanation is called the rewrite, redo, result. Don't sulk or be insulted. R-U-L-T. Nothing to do with the angel at all, as the letters are not there that call for the angels. And there's only one connection, which means the connection is with man himself. Or otherwise it would be some other kind of M and N or B and K. I don't know the A-I-O-U and sometimes scissors Y of the 2 directions of the 26 letters of the alphabet. Alphabet soup. Soup national, where all the parties of the world, which is now, and no one is wearing a suit but the own shirt, and some are covering the eyes, which I don't like anybody to hide, because I trust no one that hides. It's a soup national right now. Everybody is mixed up. They're marrying and going out and just, you know what, they're just happy to have the friend regardless of the color. That's why it is National Soup, and God can come in now, because when someone has to say the word, if he looks beside him, there's every other race, and if you're racing, you better have everybody close to you, and the closest one wins, and the closer the better. Who cares if you win? It was a good race anyways. There were 10, but in the 10, in order to win, you only had to pass 9. And if there were 12, if there were 10, and you were the 10th, and 0 was in the race, you would need 11. So sometimes 0 is important because he is called the 10 at the end. It depends where you put the 0, because that dot turns around. The 0 comes into a 10. As a 10 comes through the net, the dot net, and that's how we use the 0, except when you don't fill in the blackness in it, because we don't see the blackness. The only time we see the blackness in the circle of the O is when it's a very small dot, because it's so small that you can't see that it is a circle, because it's a circle inside itself, and inside itself it looks darker because you can't see the other side. That's why the dot at the end of every sentence is dark, and you can see it because it's in the light we look, and when you see it, you know what it does, you stop. So I stop. 4 hours, 18 minutes, and launch time to count. I want to go where there's young people, because when it happens, I want to see their faces. And when I tell them all about it and they have the explanation, they'll talk with me and be happy and proud. Proud of me because someone knows. And they'll laugh with me because they'll find it kooky and crazy. No one will work and no one is lazy. But we all want to sit around because the story is so great. No one wants to work anymore. So thus, when man is ready for the answer, that would be the time of man's vacation. And all man will go on vacation after the 6th day is done. But although I showed you the game of baseball, there's more to life than just throwing the balls around with the X's and the O's and filling in the cards or the grid or the middle of something. Because something turns into something else. And if you let it long enough, it will grow. And when it grows, if it gets tall enough, it might twist. And it'll twist into something you can't tell or untwist. And that's the twisted tale of man, because things grow and twist themselves. We also twist ourselves, and we twist everything. So we have to untwist. And when you twist it, it's all closed up like the twist lock bag. Man is a twist lock. We lock ourselves up by the direction we give us and what we do. And we don't do too much. And whatever we do, we're always getting into trouble. And the prisons are full. And that's why it costs, I think it was $4 a minute to keep them. Anyways, forget about that. That's. I don't have the. I can't say it because I don't know it. It needs to be exact, and it's got to be exact everywhere. Otherwise, I'm giving you an answer that's only good in one place. So I need to take the average, because the law of the average will give you the better of the answers, because you have the basis of everything, so you know the tools to use. You see, if it's about to, then you'll use the about law. If it's close to, you'll use the close to law. You see, everything has a law. It depends how far away it is, and if it's too far away, that'll have another law. The law of the eye that he can't see, so we better get B, or binoculars for extra help. But when somebody gets by, everybody looks, and he thinks different. Because it was a choice to see further, you took the extension. But when you take the extension with the wrong thing, then you go the wrong way of what the guys or people think of what the right way should be. Therefore, you're not doing the right thing, and the bisexual becomes one of the X's that strike man out. Because all man is against man, because all man checks all man, because man puts man away in jail and locks him up. So you know it's all man and nobody else, because there's no one else here. Because if there is someone here, he must be magic, and he's the magic one, and he's hiding. And that's the guys that we know that will win. To wheel in something is to win. Because it is wheeled in, you get to see it for the eyes. So your eyes are the ones that get the winnings. All the winnings are for your eyes. When you go to the track, you see the horses. Your hope. You have a hope. And he gets around, and he's coming out, and he falls. And then you say to yourself, well, he broke before, like all men break and do not listen to the rule. He might break again. So why choose this horse? Choose another horse. So maybe God shouldn't be with man, and we should make another kind of man and call him the ale man, because the alien is us. We ale, and we're in our house. Ale in, beer in the field, the hops, hop around the bunny rabbit. Come on, we're home already, and we're the aliens. And in time, when it stretches out and we can't remember what the past did, he'll go into the future. And when time runs down close, he'll come back to where the earth is. Because he'll move and the universe moves, and he'll go right back to where he was, because the gravity of the universe pulls everything in the big picture back to the position it already actually was in and should be. And that's the way it is. Ciao.